have never been hypnotized don't know what the hell it feels like. Those of you, your hands up in the air, all of you are mistaken. Every single person in this room has been hypnotized.
Nice.
You actually hypnotize yourself each and every day for a few seconds to a few minutes without even realizing it. You go into this hypnotic state of mind anywhere between 60 to 80 times a day. Well, actually, the average person does. The average student gets hypnotized 112 times a day. Now, there's thousands upon thousands of ways you go into a hypnotic state of mind. I'm going to give you two examples on how you do. These are just two of the thousand ways you hypnotize yourself. Now, the first one is when you're driving down the street, you're not thinking of a single thing, you're daydreaming. You missed your turn about a half mile back. You finally realized you missed your turn, you turn around and go, shit. How many people have done that? That's the exact same state of mind I'm going to put you into now. This is called highway hypnosis. Do you have my music muted? Can you please unmute them? Thank you. Now, the second example is when you're calling up one of your friends on the phone. And the phone rings, and it rings, and it rings, and it rings. And then the person you were calling answers the phone, and then you think to yourself, who the fuck did I just call? How many people have done that? That's the exact same state of mind I'm going to put you into. Now, once you are in the state of mind, you're going to visualize everything I ask you to visualize. You will picture everything I ask you to picture. You will feel everything I ask you to feel. You will do everything I ask you to do. And you're going to like it too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the show is based totally, completely on audience participation. I'm not going to ask for anybody to put up their hands to volunteer. I'm just going to ask anybody and everybody that wants to volunteer in a few seconds to come up on stage and volunteer. But ladies and gentlemen, before you decide to volunteer, let me tell you exactly what to expect. If you decide to volunteer, I'm going to get you to come up here. I will hypnotize you. You're going to do a lot of stupid and crazy things. People are going to laugh at you. But that's why you volunteer. You're going to be one of the stars of the show. Now, by being one of the stars of the show, after the show's over, you will remember everything you did on stage. You're not going to feel embarrassed, let me promise you. You may be surprised at some of the things you've done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 golden rules on my stage. The first rule is nobody gets naked on my stage. The second rule is any secrets you have, anything overly personal, that is your business. You will never reveal anything unless you choose to. The third rule is everything else is free game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, every single person in this room can be hypnotized. There are 4 different kinds of people that should not volunteer. If you fall in any one of these 4 categories, enjoy the show from the audience. It will not work on you tonight. Now, the first kind of person that should not volunteer is someone that's not quite there. If you talk to yourself, answer yourself, argue with yourself all in the same sentence, or if you're having a conversation and there's nobody there and you still lose that conversation, you need psychiatric help. I can hypnotize your first personality, but the second or third. Second kind of person that should not volunteer is anyone that did too many hallucinogenic drugs in their youth or just did a hit of acid about 45 minutes ago. What I mean by too many is if you've done so many in the past, you're having problems right now. The walls are breathing, the ceiling's moving, everything's a funky color to you. If you're that messed up, do not volunteer, because if you do volunteer, I'm going to send you on a very, very bad trip. Third kind of person that should not volunteer is anyone that's been drinking excessively. If you're absolutely drunk, you close your eyes, the room starts spinning for you. Do not volunteer. Now, the fourth kind of person, last kind of person that I cannot hypnotize is anybody sitting out there looking at me going, fuck you. You're not going to hypnotize me. You know what? You're right. You have to want to be hypnotized. I cannot force you into doing something that you do not want to do. Now, they say there's a 5th category. Now, I do not believe in this 5th category. I never condone anyone to do this, but if you have, if you've had a joint about 45 minutes ago, and you're feeling really good right now, please come up on stage and volunteer. Because it doesn't matter if you're hypnotized or not, you're going to do everything I ask you to do. You're going to like it too, makes my job a hell of a lot easier. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the truth about hypnosis is you hypnotize yourself. I know how to get you there and keep you there. Once you're in this state of mind, you're going to visualize everything I ask you to visualize, picture, and feel. You will be one of the stars of the show. The people that are most susceptible to hypnosis are the ones that use their mind the most often. That's why students get hypnotized a lot more often than the average person. If you're creative with your mind, close your eyes and visualize and picture different things, you definitely will be hypnotized. Or if you're just looking at me going, hey, I want to give that a try, I'll do everything you ask me to do. You'll be hypnotized too. Now ladies and gentlemen, if you do not get a chair up here, do not worry. I'm not going to hypnotize these people here on stage, but if you can hear my voice from the audience, you can also be hypnotized from the audience. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to volunteer, if you want to feel better than you've ever felt,